Can I go? Then go in the big mosque.
Respected Director Sir, faculty members, and my dear friends, good evening everyone. I welcome you all for the very first session of Book Review, Vishleshan. We the students of CIMP are going to become future managers. For this, we have already put our stepped in as being a part of CIMP. We all have encountered certain sorts of problems in our life, whether it is professional or personal, whether it is a unique, whether it is unpredictable. And actually, these problems are undefined. Since our childhood, we have been taught how to excel in our academics, how to read, learn our textbooks, concepts which are actually a structured syllabus. Sometimes in our life, there is a situation which calls for unique thought, unique ideas, and unique inspiration from us. With this, the motive of this committee is to promote structured boundaries to be broken and out-of-thinking box should be promoted. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri, Guruvai Namah. The Guru is Brahma, the Guru is Vishnu, the Guru is Maheshwara. Our Guru is our faculty members. A teacher is a one who takes a hand, opens a mind and touches a heart. With this view, we begin our journey of book review, Vishleshan.
In this first ever session of Vishleshan, me, Raj Kamal, Anupma and Rishabh are going to present the gem of the book, Sixth Thinking Hat by Edward de Bono. Talking about the author, Edward de Bono, he was born on 19th May 1933. He was a Maltese physician, psychologist, author, inventor and consultant. He coined the term lateral thinking and of course is the brain behind the book we are dealing today, The Sixth Thinking Hat. He is credited with authoring 57 books which have been translated into 34 different languages. He is proponent of developing thinking as a skill. Few of his other books are The Use of Lateral Thinking in Management, New Think and Future Positive.
Good evening, friends. We have gathered here to discuss about a very beautiful book, The Sixth Thinking Hat. The Sixth Thinking Hat by Edward de Bono is a model which we have to, how will I say, help in problem solving. Yeah, that's certainly what it does. It gives us a framework on how we should think and go about in a problem situation. In life, all of us have habit of getting stuck in a shell, to think only one way. This gives us a tool to develop an attitude to go about a problem and by having a multi-directional thinking. To proceed further, we have organized a short skit which will further dive us into the seed of the six hats and enhance our idea about it. Scene 1. Raj and Anupma were strolling in a mall. Let us see what they're up to.
I am done monkeying around. I can't walk anymore.
Okay, then what do you want to do?
Let's shop.
You could have said it directly. Okay, what do you want to shop for?
I think I'll buy a pair of boots. You remember that summer coat? We saw that other day. And you know what? My credit card is active again.
Oh, then why don't you go for a hat?
A hat?
Just imagine, you are taking selfies wearing a beautiful hat and look at the scorching sun. Do you want your skin to get tanned?
No, certainly not. So let's go to the head shop directly. And the idea is right. That will add a collection in my selfies.
That's a matter. Okay.
See you too, Raj and Anu at the hat shop.
Hello, sir.
Hello sir, hello ma'am. How may I help you today?
Please do some beautiful hat for my friend over here.
Sir, could you please tell me how is she like?
How is she like? Shouldn't you be asking what she likes?
Ma'am, every hat over here has its own unique value, but every hat has its own story. You would certainly not like a chef to don a magician's hat, or for that matter, a politician to wear a soldier's hat.
But then why only a hat? Why not a boot, costume, or anything else?
I do not want a politician to wear a soldier's uniform either.
You know, since the time immemorial, hats have been synonymous with the thinking a person has. Just taking for an instance, imagine a situation, you are in kitchen wanting to cook something for yourself, but you are terrible at it. But the moment you don a chef's hat, your confidence level will certainly boost up, even if your skin doesn't.
I think he actually has a point. A policeman does not command the same respect if he doesn't wear his hat.
Exactly, and I think this precisely is the reason why Mr. Edward de Bono came up with the masterpiece, the Six Thinking Hat, which actually deals with the fact that how a person should act and think in a crisis situation.
Have you guys ever encountered problems in your life? Professional or personal career? What a silly question am I asking, but you certainly would have.
Undoubtedly, we all have faced certain sorts of problem, whether it is professional or personal, but we have that.
But every problem contains within itself the seeds of its solution. There is a purpose behind every problem. When life suddenly throws a curveball, things can rather get overwhelming and ridiculously frustrating. But our inability to deal with such a situation even may make the situation worse.
What if there are some solutions under few situations when there is actually a test of our resolve, our maturity, our ability to think towards certain situations? And in that, I guess, most of the people never really think that. Instead, they are simply thrown down to unfortunate circumstances, seeing that there is no purpose, no meaning in their life. Yet the reality is exact the opposite of that.
Every problem or experience that we go through in our life helps us develop into good persons and a good human, develop our personality. It is very easy for us to say, hey, I have so much problems in my life. But as Batman says, it is not who I am that defines me, but what I do that decides me. It is very clear that to get effective and efficient, we certainly have to encounter problems and failures in our life, for they are the real stepping stones to success. The sweetness of success can never be determined unless we have tasted the sourness and bitterness of defeat and rejection.
The Six Thinking Hats by Edward de Bono is a model that can be used for exploring different perspectives towards a problem. Seeing a problem from a different point of view is always work for getting a good solution. We have a very beautiful video for you which will make you clear that what the Six Thinking Hats are.
Of important perspectives. The premise of the method is that the human brain thinks in a number of distinct ways, which can be deliberately challenged. If you look at a problem with the Six Thinking Hats technique, then you will solve it using all approaches. Your decisions will mix ambition, skill, sensitivity, creativity, and good contingency planning. So how do you use the tool? You can use 6 thinking hats in meetings or on your own. Each thinking hat is a different style of thinking. Let's have a look at what they each mean. When wearing the white hat, you focus on data, study the information you have on the subject, and see what you can learn from it. When you switch to the red hat, you'll look at problems using intuition and emotion, sometimes called gut feeling. Try to think how people will react to your decision emotionally. The black hat has you looking at all the bad points of the decision. This is important as it highlights the weak points in your plan. Switch to positive thinking when wearing the yellow hat. This will help you focus on the benefits of the decision and the value in it. This can be really useful when everything looks gloomy and difficult. The green hat is all about creativity. Let the creative juices flow and develop creative solutions to problems. Finally, the blue hat is about process control. When wearing this hat, you decide which hat is the most suitable for the stage of decision making. For example, if ideas are running dry, you may decide to switch to the green hat. By analysing your decision wearing the 6 different hats we've talked about, you can feel confident about your decision knowing you've considered all points of view.
I hope it was enlightening enough. Nevertheless, I'm here to wear my blue hat and summarize all these points to you. The first of all, the white hat. Please can anyone tell me what comes to your mind when I call the color white? Anyone please? Peace, exactly. Peace and serenity. This is what comes to our mind when we talk about whiteness or white. So peace and serenity is what comes to our mind when we talk about the word white. But what also is to be considered is that white clearly signifies a mind that is free from any kind of biasness or impartiality. It is very important in order to go about a problem-solving issue wearing a white hat. You know why? It gives us a blank paper on which we can write down the facts of a problem without any biasness, without any kind of absurdity, for that matters.
Red. Red is the color associated with our blood, the one that is pumped through our hearts. How many of you have taken decisions based on your emotions and gut feeling? Undoubtedly, all of us. In certain period of time, we have done that. We take decisions considering that our gut feelings and feelings are there to be in our favor, to get the decisions in our surroundings. But despite it, instead of using logic, support a half-distinguished emotions, the thinker one brings the emotions to the surface that red hat actually does, without need to justify anything about your emotions and your gut feelings, that you have actually took that decision. That is your choice. None of your gut feeling will be there.
It's time to be happy. It's time to think positive. It's time to wear the yellow hat. Okay guys, tell me, which color you prefer when you go to buy a highlighter? Mostly yellow. Why it is? Simply, it is because it helps us to highlight and focus the important points. Yellow, it is the color of the light of sun, which always exudes positivity. And it is as much important as any other hat because it helps us to deal with the positive point of any alternative we choose.
Another hat, green. Green is vegetation. Green is trees. Green are the plants around us. Green clearly signifies the creative thinking and the innovation of our Mother Nature. Green lets us think hatke. It involves your innovation thinking. You have to be innovative in order to jot down all the alternatives when approaching a problem. You have to wear your innovator's hat.
It's time to point out danger and be careful. It's time to wear the black hat. Black clearly depicts darkness, clearly depicts despair, but nevertheless, it is as much important as any other hat, because none of the problems can be solved without dealing with the negative points of it.
Blue hat. Blue represents sky and sea. Both of them are associated with open mind, freedom, institution, and imaginations. What is more important about blue hat is blue is to cool, blue is to relax. It is very important to have a relaxed and cool mind to take any decisions in your life. A relaxed mind enables one to see the picture clearly, analyze the alternative solutions about a particular problem, and finally, we conclude.
Friends, it's time to get up. It's time to pull up your sleeves. All the problems are the part of life, but it's time to find a solution. It's time to believe in yourself. Always remember, Atsoma Sadgamaya, Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritgamaya, which means from ignorance, take me towards truth, from darkness, take me towards right, and from death, take me towards immortality.
There have been many incidences in our life when we have said, man, life is so cruel, why only me? But the problem here is that we are not averse to problems. What we are is we are not incapable of handling the problems. We are capable enough. But the problem, where main problem lies is that instead of acting, we are reacting. So stop acting on your problems, start acting on your problems, and see the good results will come your way.
Bono has gifted us the 6 hats, which aptly divides that one-dimensional view or perspective is not sufficient to solve any sort of problems. We need to
summarize it all. What we need to do is, first, we need to jot down all the facts of the problem wearing our white hat. And after that, what we need to do is take out the innovator in you and innovate all the alternatives that are available wearing the green hat.
Then analyze the pros and cons of each problem or each alternative by wearing yellow and black hat respectively.
involve your and other feelings. Then, at the last, conclude the points which you really want to take. The biggest enemy of thinking is complexity, for that leads to confusion. When thinking is clear and simple, it becomes more enjoyable and more effective. The main purpose is to simplify the thinking by allowing the thinker to deal with one thing at a time. In this way, 6 Hats provides an ideal that is a definite without being offensive. It allows us to be a switch to our thinking, to allow a unique idea, to allow a unique thing, and to allow a unique thoughts. I convey my deep regards and and a hearty thanks to our director, sir, faculty members for their presence, and my dear friends. And, sir, I'm going to ask questions. Is there any questions?
I have a question.
Yes. Yes.
There is a diagram between two boys, one girl and one boy. Which hat should I pick?
Green hat.
Why?
Innovation, sir.
Which one?
Creativity.
Why are they fighting?
Yes, sir. What is decided here would be direct implication for your future. And the interest and the enthusiasm has shown is indeed a good sign. I'm having a question for you all. Which hat would you prefer the most to wear? Yellow, blue, no red hat, yellow and white. Why yellow hat? Why not black hat? No, hat is not only about negativity. If there is no negativity in your life,
Not asking that question. This question.
if there is no negativity in your life, you won't work towards the goal of your life. You will be positive every time. That is good enough, and that has to be. But there has to be something which you want to work upon.
When we do SWOT analysis, along with our strengths, we also assess our weaknesses. It's very important to be wary of our darknesses and our weaknesses, for if we do not take them in account, we will never reach to a conclusion that will be effective enough. So, the basic conclusion over here is, it's to very importantly wear all the hats at multiple occasions of time. That is what this book is saying, not to have a single perspective, but a variety of perspective using all the hats. So, develop a thinking that is multi-directional and see all your problems will have a perfect solutions in your life.
A special thanks to Mr. Saurabh, who coined the term Vishleshan for our book review committee. Thank you. All the best.
Which hat are they wearing when they come to the class?
So we sure are wearing white hats.
I'm Rajesh, you perhaps have met me. Well, I just want to thank everyone. They all have, the way they have appreciated this book reading club, the way the members volunteered for it, and the way they have been cooperative to each other in doing this. Like, it is very rare to find less of competition and more of cooperation. And I found this with this group. It was excellent and fantastic. Everybody helped each other to understand the book, to improve the oratory skill, how to give presentation, and there was a perfect cooperation. And I really appreciate it, and I really like it, and I'm really thankful to this group for that. If they can teach it to the entire class. Remember one thing, competition, well, have it for yourself, but cooperation can take you much more further than competition. So better be cooperative. Give your names for next book reading club. It will be, I think, within. You can also give your preferences for books. We can add up to that. Any book which can broaden your horizon and give some alternate thinking. That's it. And all are welcome. And I'm really thankful, especially to Director Sir, for his encouragement at every step to all the people here, and to all the faculty members who have come here to attend this training session. Thank you all. Thanks a lot.
there is an announcement. The next topic for the book reading committee, for the book reading, will be given by Monday.
I have only one thing to say. After the quiz is over, we should put together summary and then circulate so that we can read it again and again.
We will announce the prizes and appreciation in the next book reading session for this book reading session.
Thank you, sir.